Hey folks, we're back. Thank you for watching that break. Got me some water and hopefully a little bit of a wake up slap in the face there. But yeah, so what's up next here, Zombie? What do we got on deck here?
We're just gonna go to Rion Patience.
Cool. Young and Patience is certainly an old school match, I would say.
Yeah. When did Patience get good?
A while ago. If you remember, like, it was always Patience and True fighting back and forth in like the Elite League finals and stuff when we first started. I'd say Patience has been good for a fair amount of time.
You sure? Elite League? Is there gonna put us in the finals?
Yeah.
No. I just looked. Like, Patience hasn't even placed. Ever?
Patience and True have played in the monthly finals for the Elite League several times.
Patience has won one monthly cup and gotten silver once in monthly cup. I don't know. I don't. Whoa, did you know that Crank won? How? Really? Crank won in a Lima League?
What? Hang on. Rion's forfeiting.
Oh. That's kind of lame.
Actually, it's understandable. Hang on. You are too scary. He's playing against Hero in GSL and doesn't want to give away TVP. So, that's unfortunate. But absolutely understandable. I'm glad he just came out to play, so there's that. KeeN and Leenock, though.
Oh, is that ready?
Yeah. Let's get him. Gotta whisper him.
Oh, they might have already joined.
No, they just got into a lobby. So if you whisper,
oh yeah,
them,
KeeN's not even in the lobby.
If you whisper him, we'll be fine. Silky continues to advance in the top set bracket. By the way, like this is USA. He's playing against Hero. I wish him the best of luck. So yeah, Patience is gonna walk over to the semifinals. We'll cast the game down here, I guess. Hopefully, Leenock and KeeN.
Did Leenock go into a ladder game?
I think he just hosted the lobby.
Well, now he's gone from the chat channel, and I can't invite him.
Oh. Is there anything else going on right now?
Silky vs. Hero. That's it. Oh, you mean other tournaments that they may be participating in?
Yeah. I was looking at it. It doesn't look like there's anything else really on right now. So it must have been a weird ladder game or a replay, maybe? Okay, well, anyways, it's sad to report about Rion like that, guys. But I do like Rion a lot, so I wish him the best of luck in the GSL. But I guess he was kind of hoping maybe this would just be because it normally is like a TVT fest, right?
Yeah, it is.
So he may have been banking on like, oh, maybe I'll get a TVZ. I'll likely be all TVTs. So it's unfortunate to have Rion forfeit, but he does officially forfeit out. We had a sub come in, I guess, a few minutes ago while we were finishing up that last game. We missed it. Thank you, Magaitin75? Magaitin? I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. But Run Amok also resubbed for 2 months. So it's not really 2 months, but I'm back again, baby. Yo, I've been playing H1Z1 with Nate. There's Lake Run Amok. Any coincidence? Any familiarity with that name, friendo? But I should probably go delete that tweet because it's not Rion versus Patience.
Crank did play in a Lima League. I mean, now I'm just going through like Nostalgia City, I suppose. Way back. The Lima League started on.
Well, while she does that really quick, to let you guys know what's going on so you're aware, we don't know where Leenock disappeared off to, but KeeN is in the lobby with us, so we'll have this series ready to go whenever Leenock shows up. On the off chance that this takes too long, though, we will just forfeit. I don't want to, but like if Leenock's gone for like 10 or 15 minutes, we're just going to walk him over. be unfortunate due to the other incident recently.
Yes, he's in a ladder game. I guess he's streaming.
Well, while we're waiting anyways, for those who don't know, the BTSL has 3 weekly cups, and each of them's worth about $100. So it's like our old weeklies. The nice thing is, though, thanks to the folks over on Twitch powering up this tournament and basically sponsoring the tournament, we now have $400 monthly cups, too. Leenock's out of game. I just invited him. So yeah, $400 monthly cup, and these guys play for not just prize money, but also points to get to an invite to said monthly cup. I had to actually explain this to somebody else, and I'll just explain to everybody watching right now. We have a rule where, like, if you forfeit on BaseTradeTV, you forfeit everything you've earned up to that point. So, like, if you were second place in a tournament that's paying out like $500 for second place, but you didn't want to play the first place spot, or like things like this, you won't get the money, but in this case, you won't get the points for either. So, it's a bit unfortunate, as Rion will have only really tomorrow for a chance to come back and play in those monthly finals.
Oh. Yeah, players are ready to go. Finally, it's gonna be TVZ on Paladino.
Yeah, and by the way, Season 2 points so far have Beyond Stats, Gumiho, Innovation Classic, and Billowy leading. So, and we already knew Beyond was coming back, but that guy just wanted more points. He's so greedy.
Took a last look at the Leenock results, and I forgot that Fantasy used to play in them too.
Oh, that's a feel sad moment right there. Thank you to Without Class, just subbed to the channel brand new. Glad to have you on board. I guess I'll do the Twitch Prime spiel in a moment. Let's get these intros done first. Top left side of the map, he's red, he's Terran, he plays in everything we do. It's KeeN.
In the bottom right, okie dokie then, has the blue Zerg. It is Leenock. And I've heard this is becoming quite a problem amongst every ladder. I would think it's the Roach follow-up. If it's just Lings, it always looks a little lame against Terran.
Yeah,
well,
of course.
It can look a little lame against Terran.
Well, while we wait to see if this is going to get super duper nasty, and I gotta imagine it's going to be Roaches. But yeah, that quick reminder that it's really awesome having Twitch sponsor this tournament. So again, if you guys really want to help repay us, but also repay Twitch at the same time, make sure to use those Twitch Prime subs. Make sure to connect your account with your Amazon Prime account if you haven't already. And yeah, it's Roaches, not Banlings. Because, of course, the more you support them, the more you support us. We all help each other, and it's a really great mutual beneficial thing. And Zombie and I can't tell you the details of it, but I will tell you guys without a doubt, Twitch is the biggest single supporter the stream's had in a long time.
Yeah, it's done a lot in terms of not just like increasing sub count and like, you know, giving you guys an option too, but also stabilizing sub count, which Just Getting Streamer has been a really big deal. So the SCV scout's pretty important. It's going to see Lings really early, and he's going to know it's an early pool. And because he knows it's an early pool, oh, that timing really sucks. Then he would probably guess at the Roach Fall, because it seems to be like kind of popular lately. But he builds his command center on the low ground.
No natural is such a big red flag right now. I gotta wonder, does he just... Obviously the best thing to do here would be getting a bunker at the front, so he's gonna do that. Ravagers can still tear through it though eventually, and that's gonna be one of the problems with this. I kind of feel though like this command center, it's almost greedy to try and finish it. Like if he does finish it and he gets lifted back up to the main and make an orbital, great. But it feels like it might not finish in time. Although, never mind, the Roaches didn't march right across the map. They just turned into Ravagers right away. That's going to give KeeN that time to finish the command center. That's pretty crucial, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's really crucial those two Lings didn't somehow bypass all the scouting and get a delay on it, because then I think that would have meant it wouldn't have been done. And that would have been a big deal. Reaper is still damaged. Grenades are still good, so you definitely want to save it if you can. Barely does. The Marines ideally took on the Overlord, but you know, there weren't enough of them to really do anything to it.
Yeah, he actually had time to dive out of the bunker and kill
it.
Oh,
lordy, that was close.
That was super close. Because, of course, if you kill the Overlord, you kill the high ground vision, and then this attack is not so easy to pull off. But I like the backup bunker that's being made. He knows that this is going to inevitably, something at the front's going to break. It's usually the depots over the bunker, but in this case, it might just be that bunker. Oh, hold position is so... I hate Ravagers so much.
That tank will certainly help. It's important not to let the Ravagers up the ramp just because you have a tank. So the bunker is going to hopefully stop any thought of that from Leenock. Taking too much damage to your Ravagers wouldn't be worth killing the tank.
Speaking of which, it's interesting to see that he did go for a tank over a Cyclone in this instance. Tanks are obviously absolutely great at blasting things from far away, but they also stay stationary. So usually the Ravagers, if they can get up that ramp, if they break the bunker, they just gross about the tank. And it feels really bad for the Terran. But Leenock cuts so much to make this happen. Reaper actually sneaks into the other side of the map and is picking off drones. Even just 1 or 2 of these dying on such a low count is devastating for Leenock.
Yeah, it is. Well, this looks like it's been held. That tank is not covered anymore by the bunker.
This Reaper, I think, won the game, by the way. Like, the defense was already pretty solid, don't get me wrong. But the Reaper getting any amount of kills, plus pulling like 5 drones off of mining, like that had to have killed Leenock's potential to build anything else.
Leenock did not actually see the Marines on the ramp, I guess, so I think he lost a Ravager and a lot more took damage. But he did get the tank. It doesn't matter. Leenock GG's.
Yeah. He had nothing at home to deal with that Reaper. It was killing all the drones. Like, it was a slow but inevitable death. Very nice game out of KeeN.
Yeah, nice hold. It's this is the second time I think that we've cast fast Roachworn. It was a different version than what we saw last time, but still the fast Roachworn. And both times the Terrans have been able to defend it. They're 2 different builds.
Cactus up next. Leenock whispered me.
Oh, okay. I guess you did invite him.
All right. Well, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. I just wanted to take a moment to advertise it again while we get into this next game. We posted some kind of rough draft information, I guess you could say, about the map contests we're going to be casting up in the near future. We're actually working with Blizzard. Blizzard is sponsoring a map test tournament. It's very similar to what we did last year, but last year where we had the luxury of kind of doing like best of 9s and best of 15s all over the place, this one's going to be structured a little bit different. But to compensate, we're actually giving you 2 tournaments. One's going to feature the Korean players that will be coming over to the house that we were hosting in Korea, playing against some of the foreigners living there. And the other one's going to be an all-foreigner tournament.
Oh, foreigners.
Yeah. So if someone could do me a favor, grab that link it in chat, share with people just so they know what's going on. And most importantly, just have the dates scribbled down so you don't miss any of that action. That would be awesome. But we are getting into game number 2. You guys are watching the Base Trade StarLeague. It's powered by Twitch. And in the upper right side of the map, we got the blue Zerg player. It's Leenock.
In the bottom right is the red Terran. He is KeeN.
Now, going back to that last game for Leenock, by the way, it's funny because if you watched Nation Wars, if you watched this channel, I think it was just 2 days ago, and then just now, like, that Ravager attack looks like it never works. But having been on the receiving end of this, and having seen many people on stream getting success with it, it's just funny to watch that dynamic of it being so ineffective here in tournament play, but so effective everywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've seen people complaining on Twitter and kind of making jokes about, can they even defend it? I think someone was complaining about it specifically on Paladino, because that's mostly where we're going to see it, and someone just responded with veto the map. It's like the easiest answer.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah, right? But it's just funny that, because we saw one defended with the 3x Reaper, and then we saw one defended with a Reaper opener that scouted it quick enough. And that is kind of the key thing, is that I think we've seen 2 games where the Reaper, or the CV actually got a scout, which is pretty important. But no worry of that happening on Cactus Valley. There's really no worry at all if any are doing anything too cheeky in the early game on Cactus Valley. Because even if they try to go for like an early pull to surprise you, they probably wouldn't scout you in time, and your command center would be done. So not worth. I do expect Leenock to go into mutas on this game, but he does seem to be more of a Roach player. I actually can't decide whether I think he's a Roach player or a Spire player sometimes.
I feel like
clearly he's not Roach's last game, so I'm a little biased now.
Well, I feel like old Leenock definitely leaned towards Spire more often than new Leenock. New Leenock's definitely been more pro-Roach.
Pro-Roach. Yeah, I mean, that's my feelings on it too, but then the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, Leenock has had a variety of styles and ups and downs. I mean, at one point he was most well known for his Baneling drops, for instance. So it's been a these two are really veterans. I mean, we said that Patience versus Young was going to be a classic matchup, and then everyone forfeited. But this is also not a classic matchup because I don't think KeeN ever reached the astounding heights of Leenock, because Leenock, obviously GSL finalist and all that, MLG winner, blah blah blah. It's still two veterans of the scene. Yo, Leenock was the best part of MLG, I think. Like, the runs of the open bracket from the losers bracket, that happened with Leenock. He was the golden story. And he was really fun to watch, too. And he took down Naniwa, who at the time I really hated for being Protoss. Because Protoss was bullshit. Anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be 2-on-1. Pretty standard stuff. And Leenock still is at the side. You know, Roaches or Mutas. It's not going to be a while for that. Did Leenock scout the build? He might have just seen enough Marines to know what it is. Yeah. You don't see any Hellions. You know, and you see the many Marines. I think you know it's a 2-on-1.
Well, Link's going to dive in and bait some of the Marines out, potentially. These do have speed, so the Reaper alone is not going to be enough. Kind of sucks. Loses some time with the Mules, but doesn't lose too many SCVs for it. I just realized I'm still zoomed out. Oops. Kind of got used to looking away, all nice-like. I was watching a YouTube cast of some other random RTS game, because sometimes I like clicking on related videos and exploring. And I don't know what the game was, but the game had like a super zoom out feature. Like if you zoomed in really close, you would get not quite StarCraft quality, but you'd have StarCraft style of looking at units, right? But you could actually zoom out so far that your main camera literally just basically became a mini map, and all you saw was like little dots moving across the map and stuff. Ooh. I wonder how crazy StarCraft would be. I know Joey was working on the extra camera stuff. They was playing around with the Gauntlet folks and all that, but like to be able to zoom out that far.
Yeah, necessary. Oh. I still, I guess, should at least try. Like, maybe it will be useful. I think that's, in 2010, people thought that the double zoom out would, A, break their computers, and then B, maybe not be necessary, but we use it.
I love the double zoom out. It makes watching some of these engagements so much better. At least, in my opinion, it's a better option than the old Control-Shift-W. Okay,
that's true, but to be fair, as well, maps are a lot bigger. You only zoomed out once, and you can see all the Talder and Altar. Am I right, guys? Anyway, the drop is now commencing. So, time bot, right? This really was just a build-up. It's a macro map, and they both did pretty solid builds. It is Link Baneling as well, so I expect the Spire when the lair is done, but Leenock's going to deal with this first. Since he's getting the Baneling Nest, he should have no problem for this push, but then also the secondary push. But he does lose a bit of creep spread.
It's not that many Banelings out just yet, though, which is a little concerning. He's still going to push that back. Okay.
Yeah. He would have gotten away with even less Lings, in fact, against the first drop, but then the second drop. If they do the second drop, you know. The pair up of both all medevacs, rather.
Actually,
then it's scary.
Just occurred to me, I'm really impressed that Leenock's playing this. He was also one of the guys who was getting drunk on that 24-hour stream yesterday with Stuck Garlet and everyone.
See, but he took a nap, which was rudely interrupted by No Regret.
Yo, whatever happened with save stats, kill stats? I voted for save stats with like $10.
I'm not sure. I think at some point stats, even if they said like kill stats, he just was not going to drink anymore, which I find okay because he did a lot. He was there, I want to say, for like 14 hours. I think he was at the end or close to the end. Or maybe I'm misremembering the times. To be, in 24 hours, man. Like, I was asleep, taking a nap, casting at some point. Like, a lot to keep track of.
I mean, yeah, it's also like you couldn't remember the Alima League finals from like a day before when we were casting yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But when I did remember, I remembered some specifics, so whatever, man.
It's not, that doesn't outweigh it. That wasn't impressive at all.
Yes, it does.
Like, I don't get
every game.
Okay, whatever. Creep spread is actually pushing it really far. Actually, on that note, by the way, because Joey, we talked to him earlier, has been so good with our YouTube VODs and getting them up very quickly. That cast of Bien and Zest actually has some of the fastest and highest like ratio we've had of most VODs recently. So kudos to you, Maynard.
Thanks. People love the Aussie.
Bailey's coming in. It's going to make this a little bit tough if he doesn't focus fire, but I think the extra Marines were just enough to scare Leenock away. I kind of forgot what we were talking about Leenock's style, by the way, whether it's mutas, whether it's roaches. Anytime this guy goes banelings, him and Hyun would always get so many banelings that it was almost excessively stupid to watch. But this game, playing kind of conservative for the time being. Speed's still not finished up yet, after all.
And if you wanted to know, Leenock uses Abathur. Oh, that's a pretty big run by. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Now, it might not be too devastating. His Marines managed to get into a mineral line, and the Lings bug out hardcore. And the wall was lifted in the main in the nick of time, and that was not worth all those Lings, really. He didn't have any attack paired up with it in the fourth or the third base, and I think it's okay. Well, now he has an attack at the third base, but it might be too late. He gets us around on the Marines that are available, but he doesn't get into the SCV line, so only 5 more SCVs go down. Still not devastating.
So army supplies sit about even right now, so it's not getting too out of hand for one or the other. Upgrades for KeeN are a little bit mistimed. I guess it just had to do with the engineer base being so weird. But oh, the doors are down again!
Wow. Okay, well, at some point it could be bait if he kept on dealing with it perfectly fine. A little more complicated. Kills 3 SCVs, gets a couple of Widow Mines, which are important. And once again, is distracting KeeN. So Leenock is, he still has decent creep spread coming down the south. He has the 4th base up. His upgrade's much faster because the +2 armor was stalled out.
On top of the fact that he is sitting on 75 workers that he's been able to get away with. No pressure forcing him to make Lings. Nothing really churning those drone lines into mush. Like, for KeeN, it's not like he's doing anything wrong per se, but he is letting Leenock get away with a lot.
Yeah. His army is not that impressive, too. Like, it's like if you're attacking and run-buying and dropping everywhere, but then suddenly, the army of your opponent has 50 Adepts and 5 Immortals and all that type of stuff, then, alright, that's scary. But KeeN is still on mostly Marines. Widow Mines have been killed during these attacks, and he also just hasn't been producing any Marauders. 8 Widow Mines is still really good. That's still an okay army, but the fact that it's only Marines means that his splits will be very good, and he has to hope the Widow Mines get those good hits. I do like that he plays it conservative, though. He only clears up creep, and he just cleared up a lot of creep. All the creep leading into the main attack point at the natural and third. This is so much creep spread cleaned up, really, that suddenly KeeN attack up that ramp is pretty scary. Even if he's 20 army supply down and down an upgrade, his Widow Mines get to a very good position on the corners, down the ramp, and Leenock could have trouble.
Well, speaking of trouble, Leenock's causing it with his mutas, and it's really annoying. KeeN does go to the top. He ends up just eating. Oh, he just soaks a lot of the baneling hits actually with his warm bodies. The Killbot Zap. The Zap Brannigan strategy is not how you want to approach this, but other side of the map, looks like some Lings get stuck around the missile turret.
And these Widow Mines are not helping.
Just barely
I have to pull back entirely. This is the good thing about taking this base as the Terran player, is that when you pull back to deal with something, it's not too bad. But the fact that Leenock has now pulled him or stopped him from attacking like 4 times is pretty good. Finally, the Widow Mines do something. Good job.
Depots are raised. Height. Although that doesn't look like they should be a wall. That looks like this path on the right side should be a full, easy way in.
That's what they really should have fixed.
Right?
Make walls more obvious. No. These Widow Mines going forward one at a time, or else getting picked off one at a time. They're not. Oh, well, this one took a good hit. Oh, it doesn't. Come on, Widow Mine. Oh well. But this is taking away that power of the positioning. Like if you only have Marines on Widow Mines, I don't think it matters if there's no creep spread, as long as the numbers are there for the Zerg, and in this case the numbers are there. There are Marauders finally, so that'll soak up maybe a couple of banelings.
Only if he puts them on the front line. Unfortunately, KeeN just eats facefuls of banelings. There's that split at the last second.
Yeah, that Widow Mine could have gotten either like 8 banelings or 1 Ling, and it was like a Ling looks juicy right now. There's no more splash, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the last Widow Mine that popped off. 2 more coming to the front lines, but at this point, the problem is there's still a lot of banelings, there's still a lot of mutas. KeeN's down to 27 supply, and Leenock, he's going to clean up. He ties up the series 1-1.
Yay, our first game 3.
Yeah, right? That also does mean we're going to throw in a commercial break, guys. So we'll get that out of the way as fast as possible so you don't have to wait long for game 3. We'll see you soon. All right, folks, thanks for taking a moment to watch that commercial. We really do appreciate it. And, of course, if you guys don't know, if you're running Twitch Prime, you don't get ads, which is great, but you also count as having watched them, which really helps the broadcasters out. So, literally, thank you for being here. But getting into game number 3, things are tied up now 1-1. Spawning here in the bottom right, we got the red Terran player, KeeN.
Big shout out to our new sub, Balmung89. Thank you very much.
That's a Twitch Prime sub, too. Nice.
There you go. The top left is the blue Zerg. He is Leenock.
Yeah, so that's kind of the weird difference. First off, we don't enable ad-free viewing for subs, as Zomgroup and I make our wages from ad revenue primarily. Of course, your donation is always appreciated, blah, 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 but it's ad revenue that really has been the lifeblood of us for the last year and a half. So it's not like, if we're going to be completely honest with you guys, it's not a lot of money, but it's enough to get by and get food, and that's good enough for me. So honestly, you guys who watch ads go the extra mile. It means a lot. It is unfortunate, though, that I guess regular subs, quote unquote, don't give the same benefits as Twitch Prime subs. But whether you're using Prime or Turbo, just, again, being present in a channel when a broadcaster plays an ad counts as you seeing that ad. So it's really good.
All I need is money for food, a roof over my head, and my 5 cats.
Well, I'm the first 2 parts of that, perhaps. But, hey, Shea Blue, I think that's, isn't that Kitty's wife? Or girlfriend? Kitty Zaneko? It's his woman. If you're not, then this is really awkward. So, shout out to Shea Blue. Thank you for subscribing to the channel,
like,
brand new.
Wait, doesn't she use a different account than that? But maybe she has 2 accounts? I don't know.
Kenny, of course, if you guys haven't seen, has been gushing about getting all his computer parts. He's like super excited to put it together. I actually am with him right now on new part hype. I just got the Corsair keyboard, the platinum one.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's out for sale yet, or maybe it is. It's still just super, super brand new. I haven't opened it yet because I'm going to try and do an unboxing video of it. But dude, that keyboard is so heavy. I'm actually really curious why it's so heavy.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
I would say, because you're using the K70 right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like twice as heavy as that.
Jesus.
And I don't know why.
Okay.
Like, it's slightly bigger, but like not enough to be worth it. Like, maybe it's made of platinum. Maybe that's why they called it the platinum.
Just gold ridges everywhere.
This keyboard's actually worth a lot if you melt down its components.
Yeah, I was really bummed. Well, bummed yet I guess I'm glad I learned better late than never, right? But my friend was talking about how she built a new computer and she she put recycled her battery and she got like $50 for it for like melting down all the components. And I was like, damn. I recycled it, like I gave it to Best Buy and I was like, here, throw it away, like, you know, in the best environment impact possible. But no, you can actually get a lot of money from it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've wasted at least 2 batteries.
So when I used to be a security guard, I'd walk around and I wouldn't strip the walls or anything. That's straight up stealing. But what would happen is, like, electricians and stuff would always leave this like 1-inch, 2-inch long, like little ends of copper wiring that they've been wiring on the floor because it's just garbage to them. But because I'm sitting there for like 13, 14 hours, I pick them up, I'd strip them out, I'd take like a pound of copper after like a month to like the junkyard, and I'd get like $100 for it. Like, components can be worth quite a bit.
The more you know, guys. Well, we have different builds from both players this time. I do think it's kind of funny how Abyssal Reef plays out. I mean, first of all, KeeN is going Hellions. And Leenock just saw the... Oh my god, Leenock saw everything. Medevac saw the starport already lifted off.
Jig us up, man.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. So he knows it's not going to be... well, it's most likely not going to be an armory. But also, there's no Banshee follow-up, right? So, and he got a couple of Hellions. That sucks. But anyways, I was going to talk about the roaches. So Abyssal Reef, it's like a bunch of chokes and pathways, right? So it sounds like maybe you should try and go Ling Muta and just try and counterattack and get Mutas involved so they don't get tanks or whatever. But now a lot more people are going roaches on this, despite, you know, how they can do badly against tanks.
That?
What we saw from Nurchio, that did a lot of damage.
That got 10 drone kills. That was really nice.
It was. But Nurchio showed us that roaches can be very good on this map, and... you gotta get good position. You gotta get partial surrounds. You gotta come from 2 different angles, and it'll be fine. But Leenock's doing more than just getting them in terms of his composition. He is actually attacking.
Make more money so we can get Rifkin a boob job, and this stream is great. You know, if we did that, then I could get the cleavage shots for the thumbnails that I've been asking for. So, yeah.
It'll be like Bender when he
Oh,
No,
the gender
no,
bender episode? or
No,
whatever?
that wasn't it. It was the Olympics episode where he did become woman
Yeah,
bot.
the woman.
Okay. Anyway, this was not expected by KeeN, obviously, and he does not have a lot of great units against this. He's trying to get a tank now, but his production only just finished up bio, and he's gotta buy time.
The Vikings even on the ground. It's when you know things are getting a bit rough. Leenock says just turn around from this and start picking off things like the engineering bay and these depots. This actually really sucks losing the engineering bay. It's a fair amount of money to replace, and he doesn't have another one down, so upgrades are gonna be stalled out for a very long time. Terran, I think they shine most when they got that 1-1 over 0-0 for these Ravagers, but still working his best to push this back. It's not like Leenock went one base with this. He does have third up and running.
Yeah, this isn't bad. You know, the work account's even still in favor of KeeN once he can get a orbital down and healing. But Leenock is taking the time where the orbital is not doing that to really drone hard. Now, KeeN is also not started combat shield. His stim is done though, so that's like something to work with. The combat shield only just now starts. One medevac I think flew off to try and get some counter damage done, but one medevac is usually okay for Zergs to deal with, right? There's already even a spore crawler to help it. Overlord sees it. This is not even worth it.
This is.
Targeted.
He already took a lot of damage
bad.
on that medevac. Killing the spore crawler might not be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Getting out of here,
I
transfusing
didn't
to
get it.
though.
I think it is worth the Redly not to do that for sure. It's really annoying. That medevac feels kind of useless. Such low energy. Does find that Overlord that had passed by earlier, so it's something. And if he could kill the other two Overlords that are out on the map, that would be a decent use of his medevac for sure.
Oh my god, the spine hit the camera.
Splat.
Yeah. I would love it to that really cheesy like camera effect. You get like blood splats on the screen, right? Like
It would be fun. Oh, another Overlord might go down. The Queen might go down too. If KeeN is paying attention, yeah, save the medevac. Kill the Queen. Oh, lordy. Okay. Alright then.
Viking's
Okay.
still just looking around and picking off Overlords best he can. I mean, there really isn't a lot of vision for Leenock. He does have a single Overlord down here, but for the most part... Oh, he's using... Leenock's using Alarak. Neat.
They're using Abathur.
No, that's definitely Alarak, dude.
Yo, I swear to God, it was Abathur when I checked on Cactus Valley.
Yeah,
not
it's
like
just like you
I'm
swear
bad at
you
co-op.
didn't make Abyssal
I thought you were gonna say I'm just like don't play co-op enough to know the difference.
That could be true too, but Alarak was in the campaign and so was Abathur, so there's not really a lot of excuses.
Okay, anyway.
Not exactly getting rid of the creep, just kind of pushing in here. The tank goes down immediately. That kind of feels bad. Crucifix at the top, but man, KeeN ends up dodging most of them, actually. Marauders and Marines looking quite powerful in this push, and Leenock is just falling apart.
Only Ravagers, no protection there. And
Jones actually killed the Marines.
also-
Good job, boys.
they hit, KeeN hit right before 1-1. Too. That kind of sucks. This is damage. You know, even if Leenock holds, this is really good damage. But it looks like he won't be able to get enough units. Even with 30 Lings coming out, as long as the army is in a decent choke, I don't think the Lings can do it, even with 1-1. Medevacs are starting to get picked off, so maybe it can be done. Oh, the Liberators come in.
Yeah, but they
Back
only
off,
do
ladies.
75 damage shot now.
Oh, they killed all the Queens. Bad well. GG!
GG. Ladies and gentlemen, KeeN will advance on to the semifinals, taking the series 2-1. But looks like that top side match is ready to go with Hero versus Patience. So PvP should be what's next on the menu, I do believe. Providing nobody here randomly forfeits out. Awkward. We will go to a small commercial break of just 2 minutes, guys. So do stick around, and we'll see you for that PvP best of 3 when we're back.